That old 4856, 4,856 ways to counsel. Well, that's what it feels like, right? Today, Counseling 101. Alright, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah French, and on today's episode of Here's the Drill, we're going to be going over Counseling 101. Alright, first things first, what is counseling? Counseling is a chance for you to develop a soldier. That's it. So as you can see here, it's filled out on a DA 4856. Now on the top of this, you see the admin information. Fill that out. On the next block there, you're going to put in what kind of counseling this is and what's it about. Next, you see the body where you can put the entire context of that counseling. And then onto the back, you're going to see the plan of action section. Then you're going to see the signature blocks for the soldier and the leader, followed by a section at the very bottom, follow up. So onto the why. Why do we need to counsel soldiers? This is a chance, like I said in the beginning, to develop soldiers. This could be something as simple as correcting an action, failure to show up on time, the right uniform, disciplinary actions. It could be something as well as performance. You did something great here. You did something bad here. You need to do better here. There are way too many events and topics that you can be counseling for. Now onto the how. The first thing you need is just that, a need. You need a reason to counsel. Once you have a need to counsel soldiers, we're going to go over a few of them later in the episode, the next thing that you need to do is start preparing the counseling. Prepare that counseling prior. Have all that administrative data prior. Have that story built together of this is what happened and this is what was supposed to happen. You have to prepare that counseling so you can move on to the next stage, which is conduct the counseling. Now, when you go to conduct the counseling, you shouldn't be with the whole platoon. You shouldn't have 10 people over here, 5 people over here. Hey, just let me come talk to you. I got to give you this counseling real quick. No. Part of preparing that counseling is finding a location you're going to do it. So that way, when you do conduct it, you're in your office, you're in the conference room, you're in a secluded place that you can have a one-on-one conversation with that soldier. Now, one of the last stages of counseling is following up. We're going to touch on this one later. None of y'all do that. Well, maybe some of y'all. So what are the types of counseling? There's 3, directive, non-directive, and combined. Now a directive counseling is very easy. It's a one-way conversation. You did this wrong, and this is what's going to happen. It's a one-way conversation. A non-directive counseling is more of an open form of communication between the soldier and the leader. Gives you the ability to have a little left and right limit room to make that counseling just a little bit different than being very much so you're leaning on that soldier with something that's right and wrong. This is a little more open. Now on a combined counseling, you have a soldier and a leader, and they're sitting together having an open discussion. That 4856 might just be blank, and they're talking about a few things coming up in the future, a few things that happened in the past, whether it's developmental, whether it's professional growth. They're just sitting, having just that, an open form of communication. So what are some of the categories of counseling? Now today, I'm going to cover only 3, but there's a whole lot more. We'll get into 202 later. One of the first ones is an event counseling. There's so many things you could do for an event counseling. Some of the things that you could do for that are disciplinary ones. Late to formation, wrong uniform, didn't shave, didn't do their hair. Disciplinary actions are an event-oriented counseling. You can also do one for this, a reception counseling. You just showed up to the unit, here's your left, your right limits, here's what to expect on a daily basis. That's an event-oriented counseling. Now the next one I want to talk about is a performance counseling. Now for these counselings, these can range from you passed your ACFT. That'd still be a counseling. It doesn't have to always be negative. That's a secret. Counselings don't have to always be negative. You could also get a counseling for your outstanding performance on the Soldier of the Month and you won it. Oh yeah, let them know. Or it could even be this. Your performance in FTX last week was substandard, but this is how you're going to get to that outstanding performance. Now, one of the last counselings that I'm going to talk about today is a professional growth counseling. Now, you can also do professional growth counselings for development, for mentorship. I want to see more out of you here and here and here. You are doing outstanding here, though. Take the time to have that combined approach to the counseling for a professional growth developmental counseling and sit down and talk where you're outstanding here, but you need to be better here. But let's do this together, and this is how we're going to get there. That's counseling. There's so much more for us to talk about with the counseling, and we're only in Counseling 101. When we move to Counseling 202, there's a whole lot more. But wait. One of the last things that I got to, that I didn't get to from the beginning of the episode, I told you I would follow up on. Yeah, the follow-up section on the 4856. You gotta do it. Now on the bottom of that 4856, it will have, did you follow up after 30 days? You gotta sign it. You gotta sign it. So this could be as simple as service member completed the plan of action, or service member did not complete the plan of action, and this is happening. You have to close out your counselings in the follow-up section. Otherwise, they're incomplete. They're not done. Take the time to counsel with your soldiers. Cut some time up to counsel once a week, twice a week, and sit down and have a developmental, a professional growth, a performance, an event-oriented counseling. It don't take much to make a huge difference in the United States military. Counseling and development and mentorship is on you, and it starts right now. And today, that's the drill. See you in 202.